What is up, YouTube? Man, people messaging me right now too. Anyways, we'll go ahead and talk about naked forex price action with candlesticks again. And I'm trying to revise videos along the way. I made so many videos in the past to where it wasn't specific enough to learn. So I'm gonna try and dive down. Probably like a couple series of with naked forex price action with candlesticks. And the reason why I'm tying this is because that's my current style of trading, so that you guys are not confused of asking me, well, 2 years ago you was using indicators. What happened, right? So, but I explained that part last year when I made that video and I talked about why I went with naked forex. And so those that are new to the channel, the reason why I went with naked forex is because I was using 8 indicators at the time, 4 indicators at the bottom, 4 indicators on the main window, and I had like 8 different confirmations of buying and selling, right? And so then you get confused on what you want to buy because you don't know which indicator is your primary indicator, which indicator you really follow the most. And so when you use a lot of indicators, you're gonna get confused. And so the number one thing why I go with naked forex is because you're looking at the main window right here, and you're looking at where price is going up and down, up and down, up and down because the candle movements, the candlestick movements. And so very, very more precise and better reading, to be honest. Instead of just trying to hop in and put a bunch of indicators on, you don't know what to buy and sell. The other thing is that when RSI or stochastic or MACD or momentum or the CCI or the ADX, whatever, they try to tell you, it's oversold or it's overbought, you go ahead and do it because the indicator is telling you. But that doesn't mean it's oversold and overbought at the time. And so with naked forex, you want to pinpoint right where the price is sitting there right now, right? So I'm on Australia to the dollar here with the Aussie here. So when you're looking at this massive downtrend, right? If you draw a trend line, massive downtrend on the weekly, I would just keep selling it. Has not tested any higher, has not tested the previous high prices, right? When I'm talking about previous high, is this previous high, right? Has it tested anything above 70 cents? And this is on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, has it tested, the 70-cent range? If it hasn't, right, it came up to 69, and now it's starting to pin back down. So I'm looking to sell it, and I'm looking for it to pin down to 67 again, to retest the wicks. Your wicks are really important to pay attention to because you can see where things are bottoming out to create support, or at the very top when wicks are at the top creating a line of resistance with pin bars. And so such something to pay attention to. I'm gonna make more videos on naked forex and pinpoint different time frames and pinpoint structure and consolidation for you guys, and also what exactly I look for versus just give you a bunch of charts and different time frames all at once and then you don't know what to look for. So based on this weekly chart, right, the candlestick with the candlestick pattern is still downtrending, and it hasn't tested. Man, people are just calling me. Hang on. How do I pause this? All right, so I'm back. So let's go back and share my screen again. So back on this setup here, overall downtrend structure, right? Price has not retested 70 cents. And went right here, this price right here. And the weekly candle that closed out on Friday for Australia to the dollar is a bear candle. And so I would count this my new resistance at 69 cents now. And 1,000 pip difference, but to me, I don't count pips. The value of the currency dropped a penny, dropped 1 cent. So I'm looking for it to retest the low of 67 cents. So it's a 2-cent gap from there. And then from there, I'm looking for it to test another new leg going down. Now, if you look at the monthly chart, it is still overall downtrending. And I got my eyes set on this price here, 65 and maybe 60 cents at the very lowest, to create a double bottom structure and then come retest a really, really high price. And that's what I'm looking at right now. Now I'm talking about future wise, you know, maybe next year, at the end of next year, or maybe 2021. And so I'm talking about like future future projections and anticipating, you know, events that are coming out with the for the country of Australia. So that's something to pay attention to, especially if you want to swing long term. So back to the weekly time frame. That is the most simplified way of how I look at it with Naked Forex. Price action, candlesticks, right? You overall structure is still downtrending, hasn't retested 70 cents. The last week weekly candle closed out as a bearish candle, and I'm looking for it to retest the 67 price mark. Once it breaks there, then if you look at it, right, I'll leave it at this. Once it breaks this, it's going to close as a massive bearish engulfing candle, right? If it closes for the week, for the end of Friday, then I'm looking for a new leg going down to target 66 and 65. So just something to think about when the candles closes for the week, especially on the weekly chart. So your weekly candles don't close until the closing of Friday's session at New York. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing different time frames and then pinpointing price action with candlesticks, you know, from the 1 minute all the way up to the monthly. I know I'm just working on this pair right here. I just want to make a simple video for you guys to understand it for yourself. That way you can pinpoint structure, right? The trend, you know, what exactly you're looking at, especially when price is being rejected or creating resistance or support, and where the wicks, right? What are the wicks telling you too? Your candle wicks are very important, especially, you know, when there's a massive bull wick or a massive bearish wick. Like how this one, the bulls came in control. And then you can see how bulls are pushing it back up to create support here. But after all that is instead of being done, it has not retested 70 cents because I'm looking for this structure to get broken, and it hasn't been broken. So just repeating a lot of things here. But anyways, like I said, I hope what I said makes sense, and that I'm not going back to indicators. I'm probably not going to talk too much about indicators, probably for now on. And so I know that I made a lot of videos on using indicators because I was using indicators in the past, but I'm not using them anymore. And once you identify, you know, your strengths, your weaknesses, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what days are really good for trading, what days are not good for trading, you know, and you set your goals and stay consistent with your schedule for sure, especially if you work a full-time job. So this is like, to me, this is like by far to me the best strategy that I learned from myself. And I will go back and talk about the 4 chapters. I'll go back and re-talk about that. I know I talked a little bit about it in my previous Naked Forex video, where I talked about the book that I read on Naked Forex. And I only read 4 chapters of that book. So I didn't read the whole thing. So, but I'll explain a little bit more in detail and have separate videos on each chapter for that as well. And then that is it, guys. So I hope you guys are having a great Sunday, and make sure you stay consistent this week. Make sure you don't lose money, and make sure you minimize, you know, your risk. If you want to go all out, you can go all out all you want, but you gotta know when to stop, especially when you make a lot of money. You want to keep your money, not lose your money all the time, especially if you decide to overtrade your account. So, that's it, guys. Peace.